Hello everyone. So let us start with the next module, that is module 3, Integrated Water Resource Management. Okay, first, so let us study what is Integrated Water Resource Management. So it's called as IWRM. So Integrated Water Resource Management is a method wherein it's all integrated in one place. So what we're doing here is all the water which is to be used, uh, available, used, and non-used water is all studied under this parameter. That's why it's called integrated. So it's like integrating, it's all in one. So it's like firstly we're going to study, there are three different components in a river basin. So first is the source component, demand component, and intermediate component. So these are the three important components. So first is the source component. So source component is nothing but it includes rivers, reservoirs, aquifers, canals, lakes, ponds. So this is nothing but where the water is available. So where the water is available and in which place it has been stored. So that is called as a source. The next thing is demand component. So a demand component is nothing but it is the uh, component which includes the demand options, that is irrigation feeds, industrial plants in cities, and in streams such as hydro power, recreation, and environment. Now, and in addition to this, it is nothing but the domestic use of water. So the all these are demands. Okay, this is the water available, and this is the demand requirement. Okay, this is the available and this is the requirement. So we require this water through rivers. For example, we use river water. For example, if you use river water for domestic purpose, so that is the demand. So domestic purpose means it is to for cooking, bathing, washing clothes, and all that. So it has to come through this source component. Okay, it has to reach fulfill the demand component. And the third component is intermediate component, and this is very important component because whatever water it is used basically for treatment plants, reuse, and recycling. Okay, so whatever water is used, so as we've taken the example of a river, so water through the river is used for domestic purpose here. So again, after it is being used, okay, again through, if it is discarded through kitchen water or the toilets, the same water now goes through the intermediate component. That means it goes to the treatment plants, it recycles there, and then it is again reused, and again after reuse it is sent back to the source component. Okay, so these are the three important components, among which, so basically source, then it has to go to the demand, and whatever water is being used here, discarded, it goes to the treatment process, and then it is again sent back to the source component. So it's all cyclic. Okay, so if you want, you can check it here. So in this steps in water resource planning, you can see here, basically, first, water resource project. In the water resource project, what water is sent to the water use. Again, whatever water is available here, again it is sent to the water resource project. Again, it is treated there and again sent back to water use. And finally, it goes for the, when water cannot be used, it ultimately goes for the ultimate disposal. Now you can see here, if you're talking about what is the water use or uses of water, so basically it has three main categories, that is consumptive use, in-stream use, and non-consumptive use. So consumptive use is nothing but it is the consumption, that is we human being use that water. Okay, so again, consumption means using that water, maybe for drinking, washing clothes, flushing of toilets, bathing. Okay, so that is consumption. So that's why it's called as consumptive use. Okay, next, in stream use. Now in stream use is the water is available in the stream only, and then it is used for uh, generation of electricity, that is in hydro power plant, or for recreation purpose. So that water is again in stream only, it is used then and there only. And then The third one is non-consumptive use. That means non-consumptive means actually it is used for consumption, but in case if it is extra, that water is not consumptive. So that water is again being sent back to the water quality control. So again, see here, consumptive, in stream, and non-consumptive, all these waters are again checked for water quality control. And then these are nothing but, again, once it is checked for water quality control, again they're sent to water resource project, and then this cycle is repetitive. So here in this flowchart, the important thing is what are the different categories of uses of water: consumptive, in stream, non-consumptive. Okay, then let us check the priorities of water resource planning. So why there is a need for water resource planning, and what are the different uses of this water resource? So the first use is domestic consumption. uh, okay, so domestic consumption, again, we have already known this. So it's for drinking, cooking, bathing, washing of clothes and utensils, and flushing of toilets. And then is irrigation. So irrigation is nothing but growing of crops in a systematic and scientific method in areas even with deficit rainfall. Now this is important. Now, so water, why do you plan is because sometimes Indian weather is very unpredictable. So we cannot depend only on rainfall. So rainfall itself is very unpredictable. So in order to grow the crops, so we have to use alternative method and plan the storage of water whenever there is a deficit, whenever there is a shortage of water. So that's why we need to plan it. And the third one is hydropower. So again, hydropower is nothing but for generation of electricity. So again, that is again run through turbines, and then we harness the power through the flowing water. Okay. Then it is also used for ecology and environmental restoration. So because main environment, it's like the health of the region. So if the environment is good, of course, the place would be awesome, and that's how water has to be maintained and restored well. So next is through for industries also we require water. So there are many industries: small scale industry, large scale industry. So for those industries, they require a lot of water, and when they use the water, it has to be again recycled properly. And that's how, in case, and if there is any uh, thermal power thermal power stations, so it the cost becomes very high, and that's how we need to retain and restore it. Then next is navigation. So navigation means, again, it is the um, possibility in the rivers by maybe enhanced. Okay, navigation possibility in the rivers may be enhanced by increasing the flow. Okay, so increasing the flow, or thereby increasing the depth of the water required, and also larger vessels to pass. So navigation plays also a very vital role in transportation of goods from one place to another. So things which cannot go by air or road, that is again, of course, transferred through navigation. So navigation also should be a point of importance. Okay, and there could be any other uses like entertainment or any scenic natural view as such. Okay, so now the main introduction of this integrated water resource management is we have to first check what are the different issues are nothing but what are the different problems. So the different problems are nothing but the resources are under pressure these days. All the lakes are polluted, rivers are polluted. So in order to safeguard, because they are the source point, so all the resources are under pressure, and population under what, and there is a population under the water pressure also, because the population is increasing, and that's why the need for water is also increasing, and that's why there is a water pressure. And the third one is impact of the pollution, because through the industries there's a lot of pollution, lot of toxic chemicals being sent to the discarded in the lakes, rivers, and next is the water governance crisis. So, water governance crisis, the water is not properly checked and governed, and that's why there is a lot of crisis. There's a lot of problems. So, all these are the issues. Okay, so these are the issues. Now, next, how to safeguard the water is again the challenge. Now, the different challenges are like securing water for people. So, every people on earth need water, and 97% is the saline water which cannot be used. Only 3% is good. Again, from the 3%, only 0.01% of fresh water is available. So that 0.01% of fresh water should be available for all, that too for domestic purpose, irrigation purpose, and so many. So securing water for the people is one challenge, and securing water for food production. So again, food, to survive we need food, and that's how water to uh, produce this food. Again, water is required, and then protecting all the vital ecosystem. So because the toxic chemicals are being discarded in the lakes, rivers, so lakes are polluted, and the uh, marine life is affected through this, and that how protecting that marine life is also equally important. Then you have to manage all the risks happening because of this pollution, and then developing the other job creating activities. So you have to develop the other job creating activities. So, and then creating popular awareness and understanding. Okay, now this is very important because whatever water is available, it goes through many phases, and or cleaning, availability, cleaning, and then this has to be very important because water available should not be wasted, and there equally every person should be given this awareness, and there should be proper understanding so as to not to waste the water, and then ensuring collaboration across sectors and boundaries. So there should be a good collaboration, a good balance between the sectors and the boundaries. That means there should be a good balance between the persons using it and the resource point. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you.